Hello, I'm David Sibbet, co-author of the Drexler-Sibbet Team Performance Model, and this is a short overview to help you share this model with others and to understand its basic characteristics. So let's start with asking why use a consistent model. The Team Performance Model provides a common language across differences for the predictable challenges of teaming. It helps teams appreciate process moves from freedom to constraint and back to freedom and requires practice and mastery. One framework can bridge functions and cultures and apply to both work groups and highly interdependent teams. So let's take a look at this visually. Here's the team performance model in simple form, sometimes called the bouncing ball model. It's basically framed by freedom and constraint. The top line freedoms are aspirations and strategies of your organization. The bottom line is your physical plant or the infrastructure for virtual teams that allow the performance to have something to push off from. These stages are well defined by social science. Alan Drexler worked with Jack Gibb for a long time testing this. And teams start off asking why they're there, represented by a light burst. They want to know who they're working with, sort of a yin-yang symbol, what they're going to do, a target, and how they're going to work, time, money, and materials. And if answers aren't provided satisfactorily, you move back up the chain to prior questions. Each of these stages is named in a way that will spark key conversations. In orientation, it's sort of the big picture. Trust building is seemed to get the right thing going. Goal clarification is the most important thing here, but also background and context and research. And finally, commitment is really about time, money, and materials and bottom line realities. So a work group works independently, probably only needs to have a really trusted manager, some clear goals and tools to work with, and they can get their work done. To sustain teaming, which is the word that we would prefer for interdependent groups of people, you need to master these constraints and come back to freedom. Now, the very first step there, you may notice, implementation, number 5, is sequencing the items on the left. So who does what, when, and where is what allows you to actually perform. And here you've got an actual team, interdependent team, so it's casting a shadow. High performance is surpassing expectations and getting to a wow state. And renewal is spending time learning about what you did so that the next time you do it, you will have a repertoire of practices. Each of the stages of the model has a series of keys that show whether or not the team has resolved that particular challenge. And we worked very long and hard on testing these over almost 10 years. And they are now embedded in the team performance survey, where each of the challenges, the 7 challenges, has a set of questions that the team answers themselves. In this case, trust building asks the question of, do you have mutual regard? Is the team forthright? Is it reliable? And the team's own answers are graphically displayed and support a very good conversation on where the opportunities for improvement are. The model comes to life when teams actually begin building their own playbook of best practices for each of these 7 challenges and learning which ones they have to really master to achieve performance. The system is supported by best practices. There are 80 practices and 12 strategies in the Team Leader Guide, each supported by page-at-a-glance write-ups. We also have an online team performance survey, and some organizations actually have Team Tools websites that link all this online. So you should use this model when new team leaders are orienting to his or their job and want to anticipate challenges. When starting up a new team, growing respect for different contributions and identifying predictable issues. When assessing improvement areas for existing teams and pivoting to virtual work. When supporting organizational change. And when you want teams having a common language across functions for meeting and workshop design. So I hope you enjoy introducing the team performance model and appreciating what common language can do for your team performance.